Market update here on the 21st. So I got my portfolio set up for this move. We got a nice move after hours, pretty much exactly what I expected in the video yesterday. Target is 850 bucks, and they beat earnings. $850 target. I could see something like this happening, where we get maybe a big move up and then we consolidate for a week or two, and then something like this. Again, I've had so many people say, oh, but seasonality, or oh, the dark pool is showing that insiders are selling. All these people are going to get burnt because they are not looking at the chart. The chart is telling us that this was a fourth wave and now we're getting a fifth wave higher. I take the chart over any of that stuff because dark pools, you can't really tell what exactly is going on. You can see, oh, they sold puts, or they bought a bunch of puts, they sold puts, whatever. You can't tell exactly what they're doing. And they could be doing that at a certain time. You don't know if it's happening now or, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, let's just get into the chart. It's going exactly as planned. I could see it hitting this right here. We have a daily supply zone here at 725 to 741. I could see it coming up here to that area right there, and then falling and then going higher after that. And I would imagine that it will do something like that because once it gets up here, they're going to want to burn all those call holders. So if you don't take profit right away, it's probably going to consolidate a little bit, I would imagine. Maybe it'll just go straight up. It could just go straight up, I guess. But again, this is the last melt up for Nividia. So target is 850. I don't know how it's going to play out, but 850, it could be quick too. Maybe it'll be like a week or two of just straight up, and then we're going to start consolidating. And that's it for Nividia. So this is the last move higher, in my opinion. We have third wave. This is the fifth wave right here. And I could even be wrong, to be honest. I think this is the fourth wave. It should be. We broke the parallel line. There's a small chance that this is a fourth wave of a third wave. But, yeah, there's no reason to be bearish here. Despite being, overextended, they've already decided that this is the stock to pump over the last year repeatedly to keep the indexes up. So, again, looking for 850. Everything went as planned. We'll see. It should hold tomorrow. They had good guidance. I don't know about the conference call, but looking good. So for me personally, I didn't play Nividia though. I could have bought shares, I guess, but I decided to go with Microsoft calls because Microsoft was going to have lower IV. So I bought calls here at 398, 399. So I took like 25% profit before the bell. Holding those, my target again is going to be up here at 413. That will probably be a first wave as well, I would think. Because Microsoft, I'm looking for to go much higher too. So, yeah, I'd probably sell somewhere in here my calls if I have the patience to hold that long. Let's hope it's quick. And then I would expect a pullback and then to move higher. So Microsoft was my play just based on the IV. I could have bought shares in Nividia, but again, I just like the leverage of options. So, and honestly, like selling puts on Nividia for every 100 shares, it's like 70 grand. I'm not going to do that. So I went with Microsoft and put down like 5 grand and has potential to make really good money. QQQ, just taking off. I'm playing this as well. And again, if you watched the video yesterday, this is more than likely going to end up being an extension where this is a first wave. And I'm looking for 460. So we're at 429 after hours. I think there's a gap here at 430. Let me see. No gap. Okay, but there is a demand zone or supply zone here at 433. So I'd be targeting that first. Similar to Microsoft and NVIDIA, you're probably going to get something like this. So maybe come up here, put a little doubt in everybody and bring it back down, and then a move higher after that. So I don't know how long this is going to take. I would say probably maybe into early March, maybe like into mid-March. So we'll see how seasonality affects it. I don't know how it's going to affect it, but it could be a quick move higher and then we start selling off after that. But I'm just watching Nividia. That's going to be the one to watch, obviously. The high here is 748. Or, yeah, 747. So we know that it's going to go higher than 747 at least. And, you know, we got to watch out too. Maybe it just does this. Maybe it just goes up here, makes one new high, and then starts selling off again. Got to watch that too. It's going to break 747 though. Tesla. Man, Tesla is just the most annoying stock ever. I don't know what else to say about this stock anymore. We get this move down. This random move up to 199. Nobody's expecting it. Fills the gap right here and then sells off the rest of the day, which the market was selling off. Then we get this move right here into the end of the day. We were selling off after hours because of RIVN. Apparently, they had bad earnings. It's stupid that a stock that's inferior, a company that's inferior, is going to sell off a higher. They're saying because of demand of EVs. But again, Tesla has already sold off from their earnings. So, I mean, it's stupid. And then NVIDIA beats their earnings. I'm expecting Tesla to go higher here, but I don't know. After hours, not really making a move. Target still 207. I was hoping that maybe this was going to be it right here, where we get potentially maybe something like this. But again, this is not really a 5-wave move. So maybe this is a WXY move. It could be that as well. If it's WXY, we'd be looking at this like potentially going all the way up here to 223. So I don't know. Tesla is just like a crappy stock now. I don't know. The last 2 months, impossible to trade on smaller time frames, choppy. Before that, in October, it was such a great stock to trade. I loved trading it. The moves were pretty smooth. It was pretty easy to read. And then we get this. And now it's just turned into a chop fest. So I think Tesla is probably going to go to about 210, 220 here in the next like couple of weeks. But it still remains to be seen. It has a lot to prove. And NVIDIA earnings should be a very good catalyst for this too. AI. But again, not popping after hours, so I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. Coin, up after hours. I was expecting that. I don't know if... I think that this is probably a first wave. I think that this actually already made 5 waves. Kind of made a mistake here. So, if this made 5 waves... Let's just see here. So the reason it made 5 waves is it did break the parallel line here. It came down. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's a 3rd wave, 5th wave right here. And then we get 5 waves down. So we're up after hours. I actually have shares a little bit higher than this because I was hedging. And so if this comes back here and hits this 3-hour supply zone, I will be selling those. I sold a put at the low as well. I also have a sold put on the weekly too, and I'm also holding puts. So I'm holding a lot of stuff here. If we get a corrective bounce here, then I'm selling right into this supply zone, and then looking for the next move down. So again, this probably made 5 waves right here and made a new high. It probably already started a 4th wave at this point. So with Nividia earnings, it could be short and sweet, like I said. I'm expecting this to come back up here to at least 180 though. So 180, and Bitcoin though, we got to follow Bitcoin too. Bitcoin looking very bullish to me, in my opinion. So I guess Bitcoin will override the coin chart though. So it's possible that coin just comes up here to 200 still. Despite this being 5 wave, despite this being a first wave down, it kind of overrides the chart. So on Bitcoin, we have A, B, C right here. This made a new high. It made an ABC pattern. That's very, very bullish. So I'm looking for this to be going higher here now. I think it should hit 55, 57K. So that will probably override what I just said about coin. It might be good to be long on coin here. I'm going back and forth on this being a 3rd wave or not. Maybe a 3rd wave is right here. So we'll see what happens on coin. I want to see what kind of bounce we get out of here. And let's go over. I'm sure not many people probably care about Mara as much now. Also put in 5 waves. So that is not bullish. But it should retrace again. Let's just see where it can retrace to. I'd be looking for a retracement up here to 26.64. And then if it's a corrective retrace, sell everything right there and go short for the next move down. And QQQ, did we go over that? Yeah, I think we went over that already, didn't we? It's at 429 now. Yeah, looking great. And here's a stock that I bought into. Let's go over to Shop. I have some Shop shares. Shop's up after hours, but it was down today. Looks like to me it made 5 waves. Pretty clearly, you got 5 waves. This could be a first wave down as well. Again, I was looking for a move down here to 62 bucks. But let's just say it is a first wave down, similar to coin, similar to Mara. You're looking for a retrace to probably this gap fill, I would think, but let's look at some other places it can go to. The 0.5 fib is sitting around 83 bucks. Got a supply zone here at 78 to 80. And you got the obvious gap fill up here at 89 bucks. I would be looking for at least 82 or 83 bucks. On the retrace, potentially the gap fill here at 89. We'll see how it goes. The overall pattern on Shop that I'm looking at is potentially a ABC move down here to 62 bucks. And then I'd be looking for a move up here to 100. So this could be an ABC move. Let's see where the 1.61 fib takes us though. It basically gets down here, so I think 62 bucks into this gap fill. Yep. So I'm pretty bullish on Shop, but I think right now it's in a consolidation phase. But I'd be looking to maybe sell some covered calls on a retrace, potentially take profit, but I don't have that many shares. I'm just kind of building a position, so we'll see how that goes. Another one that I'm in, probably not many people are interested in this stock, but MP. They have earnings, I think, tomorrow. I started a small position here. I think this can go all the way up here and fill the gap at 17, potentially gap fill here at 1948 after earnings. The only risk to the downside is down here to 1276. So not very much downside. You can see here on the weekly chart, we made 5 waves. 1.61 fib takes to the gap fill right here. So it could come down here to 1284 after earnings as well. But I'm kind of thinking that this might have been a first wave. Maybe something like this. It could be an ABC move too, but I think it needs to bounce a little bit after earnings. So anything else I left off? RIVN's down after hours. I haven't charted this in a while though, so I don't know. Let's just look at it. Um, 5 waves right here. It's down to 1323. Look where you got down here. You have a demand zone here at 1398 to 1328. So that's a spot to look at. No gaps. So we'll see if it holds that. It's right in that area right now after hours. Besides that, it's probably getting close to buy the dip. But let me double check. It needs to hold this. Well, it doesn't really need to. I would say you're looking at I think it's a good buy here, to be honest. You're going right into demand. You're getting to the bottom of this range. If this would work. I'm trying to show you standard deviation, but it's not working. Weird. Okay. Anyway, okay, it could go down here to the very bottom, 1146, based on where this end. So it's not really technically a buy here. I would probably wait to see where it bottoms at. There is a gap. Is there a gap at 4? There can't be. No, there's no gap down there. The overall bottom, though, is at 1177. It might be worth taking a position with a stop below the low. But I'd probably wait for it to base out and then build a position after that, because apparently their earnings were pretty bad. So that's pretty much all I got for now. And Nividia is at 742. Like I said, this might be short and sweet. And so you can follow the video from yesterday. I went over QQQ and Nividia, went over a bunch of different charts to show you why I was bullish going into this. And I absolutely nailed it. So that's good news. I made my portfolio more bullish. Worked out great. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates. And I might do some individual stocks later. But until next time, I will talk to you then.